think the filmmakers did a really good job at walking the line between a slow burn and just a self-indulgent filmmaking experience, because they definitely take the time to let this story unravel and show us what we're watching, and they weren't afraid to get too gritty and too granular with some of the details. Absolutely, the performance by Aashi was just amazing. For a character with no dialogue, she manages to express everything in just the most compelling and tragic ways. That it's just great. And yeah, some of the writing was pretty good. There was a line where the one fellow tells Mr. Sashi to not be himself, and I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I thought it was brilliant because it just really subverted what I expected the character to say. So yeah, all in all, there's just a lot of great elements to this one. It all works together really well.
Yeah, man, this one's really good. It just has this like looming, sense of dread just throughout the entire thing, and I thought it was really interesting how the filmmaker did a great job at kind of building tension throughout. Like, one, you have tension from the factory, like the workers. You have tension with like the daughter and the voodoo. It like adds like a whole other level to that. It was shot so well with like kind of like this green, these green undertones like in the coloring where it just like makes you feel like your skin crawl a little bit, and that's used to kind of make you off your like or on your toes, and I really liked it. I thought this was just a very well done short film, like well performed all the way around. Great job.
I had to sit with this one for a while. It was a really complex but very, very well done film. Obviously I felt so badly for the young girl who very clearly needed love and attention, and the longer that she didn't get that, the more she would obviously act out. They also did a really good job of showing the kind of character the father is, because we saw how he is in his personal life, but also in his professional life, and it was not a very good picture. I liked the ending a lot. I was kind of curious about the second girl, and I was like, is she real? Is she not? Is she a sister? Is she a figment of the girl's imagination? Which I think that's what ended up being the case. It was interesting seeing also like the parallel between the voodoo doll and what ended up happening to the father at the end, and that kind of like realization from the audience, but also from the character herself. It was very clever. It was really well done.
It was really creepy and nerve-wracking. Very careful what you wish for. I thought at first Aashi was being haunted by her dead mother, who her father might have killed. By the end, I realized that she was being haunted by her intentions the whole time, and finally Sashi pushed her too far. The ending was really dark. Both actors did a tremendous job in their roles, both as villain and as victim. Makeup did a great job with the cuts and bruises. Everything looked believable. Sound production was just the right amount of creepy to get my heart racing, so that was done well.
Just like the combination of like almost a horror movie and almost realism, but it was very much realism, but then the music and certain suspenseful moments and scenes and camera angles kind of made it felt like it could be a horror movie, and I felt that it melded those two worlds really well together, and it was just really interesting how that was done, and I think also reflective. Like a lot of horror movies kind of focus on external supernatural things that are scary, but here it was like the actual reality that was the horror movie, that was the nightmare, and I thought it was really well done.
It was a really unsettling and haunting piece, right down to the color scheme that lent into the bleak, tortured emotional life of this family, where there felt like a sense of hopelessness until the young woman tried to take it into her own hands. For me, I found some of the abuse scenes hard to watch. and maybe because there were so many, but I did feel like that was necessary to lend into the cycle of how frequently it was happening, and made me root for her more to find an escape from her reality. I thought the lead actor took on a very difficult role with a lot of gravity and maturity, which did the piece a lot of justice. And yeah, overall, I was very taken by the story and I would love to read the short story that it was based on.
It's powerful, it's a beacon of hope, and it brings awareness.
Very terrifying, quite intense. I really enjoyed the performances. I thought this film was remarkable in the sense of handling a very difficult theme and the mystery behind it and frightening the audience. It was quite good. I really loved the script.